You have to check out these exciting and delicious Memorial Day side dishes that no one else is bringing to the party.
If you're gonna put the effort into making something fresh for a barbecue, it should definitely be one of these 10 dishes. I guarantee these are better than anything anyone else is gonna bring.
My idea of the perfect pasta salad is this Caesar pasta salad. I don't know why we're not adding pasta to this salad more often. You'll have to give it a try and then you'll see why I love it so much. Start out by cooking 8 ounces of rotini according to the package instructions. Then drain it and run it under some cold water so that it can cool and stop cooking. This can be made really easily with rotisserie chicken, or you can cook up a large chicken breast and then cube it up. In a large bowl, combine the pasta with 1.5 cups of diced cooked chicken, 1 chopped heart of romaine, 1 cup croutons, and 1/2 cup of shaved Parmesan. Now let's mix the dressing, so grab your jar. Mix 2/3 cup mayonnaise, 2 teaspoons of Dijon mustard, 2 minced garlic cloves, 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 teaspoon of anchovy paste. Shake it up. You can add 1 to 2 teaspoons of water if you need to thin it out. Pour the dressing over the top of the salad and toss to combine. This is a great salad to make when you need a quick and easy side dish. You can cook the pasta and make the salad dressing ahead of time, and then all you have to do is toss it all together when you need it. It's so simple, but it's so good. I'm sure you've heard of Cowboy Caviar before. This dip has been around for a long time. What I love most about it is it's not a creamy dip. It's more like salsa. And you're gonna love how quick it is to make. In a large bowl, combine 3 finely diced Roma tomatoes, 1/3 cup diced red onion, 1 can of black beans, 1 can of black-eyed peas, 1 can of corn, 1 diced bell pepper, any color, 1 finely diced jalapeno, and 1/4 cup chopped cilantro. Then toss it all together. Now, let's mix up the dressing. Combine 1/3 cup olive oil, 2 tablespoons of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon salt and pepper, and 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder. Now, you just have to shake it all up. Pour the dressing over the top and toss it to coat. And that's it. It's as easy as chopping a few veggies and opening a few cans. Takes 10 minutes max. How can something so light and refreshing have such massive flavor going on? Seriously, I think this is one of the most addictive dips I've ever had.
Angie says I've been making all the dill pickle recipes lately. I don't apologize. I love pickles and I will use any chance I can to eat them. Set aside your regular boring pasta salad and give this dill pickle version a try. You're gonna love it. Start out by cooking 3 cups of rotini according to the package directions. Then drain it and rinse it with cold water to stop the cooking and chill it down for the salad. In a large bowl, combine the pasta with 4 ounces of cubed sharp cheddar, 1/2 cup sliced mini dill pickles, and about 2 tablespoons of chopped red onion. Now let's mix up the dressing. Grab a jar. Add 1/2 cup of mayo, 1/3 cup of sour cream, 2 tablespoons pickle juice, 1/2 tablespoon chopped fresh dill, and 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Shake it up until it's nice and smooth. Now we're just gonna pour it over our salad. This looks so creamy and delicious. Mix it all up to get it coated. Now the salad needs to chill for about 2 hours in the fridge so that all those flavors can meld together and make magic. But I'm gonna give it a try now just to see. Yeah, those pickles are so good in this. They add a tang and a crunch. So good. I mean, how good does that look? Frito Cowboy Cabbage Slaw is so packed with flavor and crunch, you're gonna love it. Start with about a 14-ounce bag of coleslaw mix, or you can chop your own cabbage. Add a can of black beans, a can of corn, a diced red bell pepper, 3 sliced green onions, and 1/4 cup of chopped cilantro. Season it with 1 tablespoon of taco seasoning and 1/2 teaspoon of cumin. Then toss it all together. For the dressing, mix 1/2 cup of mayonnaise, or you can use sour cream or Greek yogurt, 1 chopped chipotle plus about 1 tablespoon of adobo sauce, 1 tablespoon of lime juice, 2 teaspoons of honey if you like it sweet, you can go less than that, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Shake it until it's smooth. Pour the dressing over the coleslaw and toss it to coat. This is my favorite part. We're using chili cheese Fritos, so they don't just add crunch, they add a lot of flavor too. Fold in most of the 10-ounce bag here. Get them mixed in and sprinkle the rest of what you saved onto the top. The best part of this salad is all the crunchy bits. There are so many flavors packed into one bite. Yum.
This green bean salad with feta, tomatoes, and chickpeas is such a fresh and delicious side dish, especially in the summer. Start by blanching the green beans for a few minutes in boiling water. Then transfer them right into an ice bath to cool. While the beans are cooling, we need to mix up our dressing. And I've got my trusty jar for that. The dressing is olive oil, lemon juice, red wine vinegar, garlic, Dijon, salt and pepper. Then shake that all up. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the fridge just for a few minutes. All right, the green beans are cool, crisp, and dry. They're ready to go into a bowl with the cherry tomatoes and the chickpeas. By the way, these chickpeas are shelled, which is optional, but makes the texture so much better. Pour on that lemony dressing and give everything a good toss. I'm also adding in some feta and mixing the salad just enough to coat it. I'm finishing it off with a bunch of fresh dill. This is one of those herbs people either love or hate, but I think it makes this salad really pop. Well, this is pretty much ready to go. I'm gonna sprinkle it with some flake salt and a little black pepper. It's really best eaten right away. The beans are crunchy and the dressing is tangy and ties it all together. And the kale salad on the side is going to blow you away with its crunchy toppings and tangy bacon vinaigrette.
One of the things you can't skip out on is massaging the kale. You just need a little bit of olive oil and some salt, then get your hands in there and massage it into the kale. It helps break down the leaves and it makes them a lot softer. Did you know that chickpeas have a shell on them? You don't have to remove the shell, but it does make them a lot more pleasant to eat. Rinse them, then fill the bowl with water and 1½ teaspoons of baking soda. Microwave it for 1 to 2 minutes, then rinse with cold water and massage them with your hands. The shells will come right off. Now I can add the shelled chickpeas to the salad. I'm using just about 1/2 cup of these. You can use as many or as few as you like, along with the almonds and the Parmesan cheese. One last ingredient for our salad is the warm bacon vinaigrette. Okay, the bacon is done, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that out and just set it aside for now. The basis of this dressing is the warm bacon grease, but you don't want too much bacon grease or it'll be a little bit too greasy. You need about 2 to 3 tablespoons. If you have significantly more than that, remove some of it now and you can always add some back later. So add the shallots and saute them over medium heat just until they're softened. It'll take maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Make sure the heat's not up too high. Now we can add the vinegar, brown sugar, and mustard to the pan and whisk that all together. Try to get all those brown bits off the bottom of the pan. Oh, I can't even tell you how good this smells. I'm so excited for this salad. But first, most important part, we need to crumble up this bacon and get it on the salad. And give it a quick toss. And here's where the magic happens. Let's pour this dressing right over the top. And there's our side salad, a beautiful kale salad with lots of good crunchy stuff in there. And I'm just gonna sneak a taste here. Oh, it's really good.
Next, we're making some really tasty BBQ cauliflower wings. These are a great side dish for vegetarians or anyone who doesn't love chicken wings. First, cut your cauliflower into bite-sized pieces. In a large bowl, combine 3/4 cup flour, 1 cup of milk, a teaspoon each of garlic powder and paprika, plus 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Whisk it until most of the lumps are gone. Dip the cauliflower into the batter. You can do this one by one or in batches. Shake off the excess batter and place the cauliflower in a single layer on the baking sheet. Bake for 20 minutes until the cauliflower is golden brown. Pour about 1/2 cup of your favorite barbecue sauce into a bowl. When the cauliflower is golden, slide it right in there with the sauce. Toss it around to get all the pieces coated, and put it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. See how crispy and lovely these look? It tastes even better. Next up are these corn lollipops. It's the best way to serve corn, and let me tell you, once it's slathered with that delicious cowboy butter, they are absolutely irresistible. To make the cowboy butter, put your softened butter, that part is really important, into a bowl and add the garlic, lemon juice, lemon zest, Dijon, paprika, red pepper flakes, chives, parsley, salt, and some pepper. Mix that all up and then set that aside for now. Cut some corn cobs in half. We're going to take them out to the grill. The grill's nice and hot. I'm just gonna grill these until they're tender and a little charred. These are perfect. Stick in a skewer and then slather on that butter with a basting brush. Be sure to get all the sides and then garnish it with some parsley. Line them up on the serving platter and watch them disappear. You need a thicker skewer for these than your typical meat skewer. You really need a handle to hold on to. That cowboy butter is really ramping up the flavor here. And it's just a little bit spicy. Okay, let's spice things up again with this firecracker shrimp. It's very popular. Save the money and make it at home. You're gonna need shrimp. Any size is fine, but I like somewhere in the middle, like a 16 to 20. I put my shrimp into a resealable bag, and then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and shake it up really good. To cook the shrimp, heat your skillet over medium-high heat with some cooking oil. Set the shrimp in there and cook them undisturbed for 2 to 3 minutes per side. When they're nice and golden, take them out and set them on a paper towel to blot off any oil. For the sauce, mix 2 tablespoons of sweet chili sauce, 1 tablespoon of chili crunch or chili crisp, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, and 1 teaspoon of honey. Pour the sauce right over the shrimp. Toss it gently to get all the pieces coated. And garnish it with sesame seeds and chives. Spicy, sweet, a little bit crunchy. They're perfect.
This smoked brisket and cheese dip, it's loaded up with 3 types of cheese, smoky brisket, tomatoes, and jalapenos, and it's just delicious. Start by layering 6 ounces of white American cheese, 4 ounces of Monterey Jack, and 4 ounces of sharp cheddar. Then add half of the chopped brisket, that's about 3 ounces, 1 of the diced jalapenos, with as many of the seeds removed as you want, and half of the pico de gallo, which is about 1/4 of a cup. Pour on 1/3 cup of heavy whipping cream. Then sprinkle 1 teaspoon of chili powder, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon cumin, 1/2 teaspoon granulated garlic, 1/4 teaspoon each of salt and pepper. Pop it in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. Stir it every 5 minutes as it melts. This helps the cheese blend and keeps things from sticking. Once everything's melted and bubbly, top it off with the rest of the brisket, jalapenos, and pico that you saved from earlier. Serve it with some tortilla chips. If you get a good brisket, this is gonna be irresistible. Yum.
This cold ramen salad makes a great side dish, or even a light lunch when you're craving veggies. This is a simple salad. It's full of some great fresh ingredients, but the main ingredient is the ramen noodles. I like to use these non-fried ramen noodles. I always have these in my pantry. If you can't get these, you can use a ramen packet without the seasoning. I've got a pot of boiling water here, so let's get the noodles in. While the ramen is cooking, I'm gonna prepare the cabbage. I've got some green and purple cabbage here for contrast, and I like to add a little bit of salt and pepper and some rice wine vinegar. Then I'm gonna let it set for just a few minutes. It's gonna help it soften. It's not a required step, but it makes a huge impact on the flavor. Now we can drain the noodles. Run it under cold water for a minute to stop the cooking and cool them down a bit. Then put them right into your serving bowl. I'm going to drizzle on a little toasted sesame oil. We're making layers of flavor here. Toss that around to get the noodles coated. It has a really great dressing with it too, so let's get that mixed up. Grab your jar. Add the rice vinegar, soy sauce, black vinegar, sesame oil, sriracha, and brown sugar. We've got this fantastic array of veggies that we're gonna add to our salad. There's the cabbage, matchstick carrots, edamame, and green onions. Pour on the dressing, and then give it a good toss. Make sure everything gets nice and coated with that delicious sauce. This salad goes really well as a side with gochujang chicken.
These cheesy ranch potatoes are a serious go-to side dish for my family. We could probably eat them every day. Let's make them. Cube the potatoes. I'm using about 3 to 4 large Yukon Golds. Then drizzle on some olive oil and season with salt and pepper. Drop those right into your lightly greased baking dish. Place little pieces of butter all throughout. Get a little bit everywhere. And cover it with tin foil. Bake it for about 30 minutes until the potatoes are really tender. Then you can remove the tin foil, stir them up a little bit, then put them back in uncovered for about 20 minutes. Okay, now we can cook the bacon. I always start with a cold pan. Just put the bacon in and let it sizzle. We're gonna cook this to crispy so that we can crumble it up and put it on top of the potatoes. Let's check on the potatoes. They've been in here for about 45 minutes. Those are looking great. Now sprinkle on a tablespoon of dry ranch seasoning along with the bacon bits and give it a stir. Then cover it all with 3/4 cup of shredded cheddar cheese. Place the tin foil back on the dish and let it rest here for 10 minutes. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, let's look. Yes, that looks great. Now do you see why we make these all the time? You have to try this garlic brie pull-apart bread. It is the best party food. Take a large round loaf of bread, slice it vertically and horizontally, creating a grid pattern. Be careful not to cut all the way through the bottom. Basically, we're making little pockets throughout this piece of bread that are gonna hold our melted cheese and all of that garlic butter. Cut the brie into small cubes. Press the cubes down into the cuts in the bread, spacing them out so that you get melty cheese all throughout the loaf. Now let's make the garlic butter. This is where the magic happens in this recipe and also what makes your kitchen smell amazing. I'm gonna heat this butter and garlic over medium-low heat and add rosemary and some salt and pepper and just cook it until the garlic starts to sizzle and becomes really fragrant. Now slowly pour that garlic butter all over the bread, making sure that it seeps down into all of those little cuts. Wrap the bread loosely in aluminum foil and place it in the oven. Bake it covered on 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes so that the cheese melts and everything warms up. Then you can unwrap the foil and bake it for another 10 minutes so that the bread gets nice and crispy. If you want that extra crispy top, switch the oven to broil for the last 2 minutes. Once it comes out of the oven, sprinkle some fresh parsley over the top. Now comes the fun part. Everybody just pulls off a cheesy piece. It'll be a guest favorite for sure. Now we're making our homemade version of the Olive Garden salad that everyone loves with pepperoncinis, olives, and that irresistible dressing. I'm sure you've seen that you can buy this pre-made in the store, and if that's what you want to do, that's great. But we're going to make a homemade version today because I think it's always better. This dressing has olive oil, white vinegar, mayonnaise, lemon juice, finely grated Parmesan cheese, garlic, Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. You can add sugar if you like to make it sweeter. The original version does have sugar in it. It's just not my preference to add it. I like to do this in a jar so that you can shake it, store it, and pour it all from the same jar. It all starts with that chopped romaine and iceberg lettuce, then the chopped tomatoes, the sliced onions, black olives, pepperoncinis, lots of freshly grated Parmesan, and croutons. Toss it all together. Now we can pour on the salad dressing. You don't want to do this too early though, so wait until just before you're going to serve it. All right, let's give this a try. I'm really excited about this salad. That's just like the Olive Garden salad. The tangy dressing, it's creamy, and of course the pepperoncinis always deliver. I'm bringing the freshness with a classic Greek salad and some creamy tzatziki. This one's herby, tangy, and don't worry, there's plenty of feta to go around. Let's start with the tzatziki. Grab half a cup of Greek yogurt. Okay, so the plain Greek yogurt here, and then we'll add the grated cucumber, the finely minced garlic, chopped dill, always go with fresh if you can, some lemon juice, and some salt and pepper. Give it a stir and refrigerate it. It'll bloom with the flavor as it chills, so you want to keep it in there for at least 15 minutes. Now for the salad. So we've got green bell peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, sliced red onions, I like to make them nice and thin, and some sliced Kalamata olives. Of course, we're also going to add some feta. You can cut it into squares so that it matches the size of the rest of your veggies. Once you've got the veggies all chopped up, this is going to be super simple. We're just going to grab our bowl and push them all in. Starting to look really good, but let's not forget that cubed feta. Let's go ahead and get those in there. All right, just have one more step, and that's the dressing. A Greek salad generally has a really light kind of vinaigrette dressing. And I just have olive oil, vinegar, Dijon, oregano, and a little bit of salt. Put those all in your jar and shake them up. Pour some of that on. Yum. This looks so great and it smells amazing. Now you have 15 fantastic side dishes to serve for your Memorial Day party or any other barbecue or outdoor party that calls for good food.
But we're on a roll now, so click here for 10 more great barbecue side dishes that no one ever thinks to make.